All right. Hi, folks. Want to do a quick video here, and then I'm going to leave the link to this YouTube video in the description of my video so you guys can go watch this interview. Okay. Now, here's why I'm sharing this video, folks. I'm sharing this video because what Mark Barton from The Trail to Bigfoot, I believe that's the name of the show, what this man experienced is what we have talked about in my group so many times, folks, about how people that seek out experiences with cryptids, like, for instance, going to the woods looking for an experience with Bigfoot, about how a lot of those people, a lot's a pretty obscure term. This doesn't happen to everybody, folks. There are a lot of people that go out and look for Bigfoot, never really find anything, folks. And there are other people that go out and look for Bigfoot, folks, and they have demonic entities literally follow them home because, in my opinion, it works like you're seeking out the spirit world as if you were going to a medium or you were using tarot cards or a Ouija board yourself, okay? Now, as far as like what we're told in the Bible in Leviticus, folks, it's a sin to try to communicate with spirits in any way or fashion, right? The Bible accounts for these demonic spirits. They are there. It even says in Leviticus that the Israelites were sacrificing to goat gods or satyrs, and they were told to stop sacrificing to them in the field. I believe that's in Leviticus 17 or 18. So the Israelites, when they left Egypt, they had a knowledge of these demonic beings and how that they were out in the woods, they were out in the fields, folks. And God tells them explicitly, do not do this. And God tells them to not go to see spiritists or mediums and to actually stone spiritists and mediums to death. Now, if you have problems finding that in the Bible, send me an email, folks. I'll get you those Bible verses. But, it's pretty easy to find. If you punch in Bible, Leviticus, stone spiritists or stone mediums, that's going to come up, okay? If you punch in sacrificing to goat gods in Leviticus, you're going to be able to find that on your own on Google. But if you have a problem, email me. Send me a message on Facebook, give me a call, call the ministry phone number, folks. I'd be more than happy to get you those verses. Anyways, let's get back to Mark Burton's experience, folks. Now, when you watch this video, there's a couple things that I want you to pay attention to if you decide to watch the video. Mark Burton, he does say that he's a Christian, okay? And he talks about a guy he knows named Chris. Now, I'm not familiar with The Trail to the Bigfoot or Trail on Bigfoot or whatever his show is. I guess it's The Trail to Bigfoot by the title that's given in the video. But he speaks about his buddy Chris and how they were going out looking for, like, Bigfoot, right? They're seeking out an experience with Sasquatch, okay? And he talks about how these demonic entities follow him home, okay? Now, I don't know if Mark gets into detail about these entities, but I do know from all of the other accounts in my research, folks, people will tell you that shadow beings follow them home. Now, what do we talk about in the group all the time, folks? How many of you that are experiencing sleep paralysis, being pulled out of your body, experiencing demonic oppression, are seeing these shadow beings, folks? And if you're not seeing the shadow beings, you're seeing the translucent, clear entities that almost seem to look like something out of the movie Predator, right? Okay? Again, here's the thing. We invite these kind of attachments to us, folks, when we seek out mediums, we seek out spiritists, when we try to communicate with the spirit world and going to seek out an experience with a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, in my opinion, folks, is the same thing. You are seeking contact with these beings, and if by your own free will you choose to contact these entities, no matter how you could choose to do it or what type of entity you're trying to contact, folks, they are allowed to respond back and attach to you, and they will follow you home like they did Mark Burton. That does not happen to everybody. There are some people that either are oblivious to these things or these things are not interested in them for some reason, folks. And I don't understand that, but this is, if you research it long enough, you'll start asking yourself, why do these people do this stuff and get by with it? And why does this group of people over here experience horrible attacks, okay? And you'll notice in this video that Mark Burton is pushed about to his limit, folks. He really is. These things were tormenting his mind. He speaks about mind speak, and then he starts cussing because he's so upset about it. And he cusses several times in this video. And what have I told you before, folks, in the group? If you are experiencing demonic oppression, folks, they mess with your self-control, right? They have an ability to tempt you to literally get under your skin. I believe they enter our bodies, folks. But I mean, that's a conversation for another time. And Mark Burton in this video even talks about how he believes these demonic entities are with him, how they're inside of him. And if you listen to what Mark Burton is describing, folks, he describes all the things that I've been talking about in my group for the last 10 years, folks. They will attach to you. You'll begin to develop impulse control. And what I mean by impulse control is things that you used to have to control over, you can't control anymore. You have no control over your impulses, like Mark cussing when he don't want to cuss. He even brings that up in this video, folks. In this interview, Mark references about how he used to not cuss at all, and used to, that was it bothers him now that he doesn't have control over that. I believe that Mark has an attachment. Now, Mark may not believe that. I don't know what Mark's beliefs are. And Mark, of course, I have not had a conversation with Mark. I'm trying to get in contact with him now. And Mark's not here to defend himself, folks. So these are my opinions, So this is not, I just, I want to leave room for that. I don't want, if Mark were to happen to see this video, I don't want him to feel like that I'm attacking his views or anything. We're all entitled to our own opinion, And I would like to talk to the guy. I pray to God in Jesus' name he gets deliverance from this stuff. But these are just my impressions and what I believe is relevant in this video for you guys to understand what I'm talking about. Because I know when I talk about these types of things, I get a feeling that a lot of the stuff kind of goes over everybody's head. So when I seen this video, and it was actually a friend on YouTube shared this with me. Forgive me, I cannot remember your name, but thank you for sharing this video to me, because Mark's experiences really lay out what happens to people. But here's the problem, and you'll notice Mark references several times about how people think he's crazy. This is why people won't tell other people, folks. When this happened to me, you assume that when you tell other people these experiences, that you're seeing demonic entities and having sleep paralysis and being pulled out of body and stuff. When you or like in Mark's case, he's talking about mind speak. When you tell people demonic entities are mind speaking to me, you sound crazy, folks. Okay? To people that don't have experience. People that have experience in spiritual warfare know exactly what you're talking about. They know you're not crazy. But you sound crazy, and these demonic entities seem to even try to influence us to make us feel like we're crazy, so we won't share these experiences with other people. Folks, you never know what somebody is going through. I'm telling you right now, no matter what you believe, okay, about what I'm telling you, I can guarantee you that every one of you that are listening to this video, and everyone in the world, knows somebody in their family, in their friends, or in their circle that experiences some type of demonic oppression, but they don't tell. I would say 90 to 99% of the people will not tell the people around them because they are in fear that people will think they're crazy. They go to the doctor, they get put on medication, folks, and they're never the same, okay? And I know that from my own experience. When I started experiencing those types of things, I went to the doctor, and what do? They start busting out the antidepressants, the Xanax, and all that stuff, folks. And if you get started on that and you buy into if you buy into what the medical community tells you, that none of this stuff is real, your brain's defective, take this pill, you're never going to get out of that hole, folks. You'll never get out of that spiritual hole because you are trying to solve a spiritual problem in a physical way, okay? You're not going to get rid of demonic entities with Prozac, folks. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. That stuff will shut off parts of your brain, and it will help you with depression and the fact that you really won't feel anything. That's how I felt on it, It's like, okay, I don't really have peace, but I just don't feel anything. So, I mean, now everybody's got their own opinions on that, and that's fine. I'm giving you my opinion. I do not agree with antidepressants. I would advise anyone to pray about that. If you're on them, pray and ask God to help you come off them if you want you to come off them. Stay away from that stuff, folks. Now, I'm not here to violate anybody's free will. I'm sharing information. You all have your own free will that you can exercise and choose what you want to believe, what you want to take or not take. I'm not taking spiritual responsibility for anybody. I am giving my account and my opinion, and you all, as sentient beings with free will, must choose what you want to do with that information, folks. And I'm saying that as a disclaimer to keep the people that want to get every time I talk about, almost every time I try to talk out against the medical community or, people being on antidepressants, you've always got somebody out here that's offended by that statement that wants to argue about it. I'm not arguing about it. It's my opinion. If you have a differing opinion, okay, I respect that, your opinion as a human being, though I disagree with you. Okay, enough of that. Anyways, I want you to notice Mark talks about mind speak, and he says that it's mind rape. He feels violated. He says that these entities are very sarcastic and proud. He says that they literally force their way into his thoughts, and he doesn't feel right. And notice how he speaks about how he feels like, he says, quote unquote, they're still with me, like they're still following around. He talks about thresholds, right? Excuse me. I burped a little bit there. Sorry. I don't know if that picked up on the mic. But anyways, folks, you'll notice he talks about thresholds when he references his house, about how, for whatever reason, he believes they can't come in his house, but he also talks about how he closes the door when he's bringing in groceries, and it almost seems like a kind of excessive, compulsive, approach to kind of dealing with this. But again, Mark's not here to defend himself, and I don't have the full story, so folks, that's not attack against Mark, But anyways, folks, I really believe that if you're looking for information on this, and how I believe these attachments get developed, this is a prime example. Mark starts talking about the experiences that I'm referencing at 1 hour 26 minutes into this video. Now, when you click on the link, it should already start at 1 minute or 1 hour 26 minutes into the video. If not, just go an hour 26 minutes into it. If you want to see that Mark Barton talk about the experiences that I'm referencing about spiritual warfare and whatnot, folks. Anyways, I don't want to make this a long video, but I just wanted to reference this. I would actually show you the video, but I would probably get hit with a copyright claim. And to be honest with you, these people, I believe their names are Carrie and Daniela. The man's Carrie, the woman's Daniela. At Bigfoot Odyssey, if they're actually in the Bigfoot community and they're having people on here to talk about this stuff, folks, they deserve a like, or a view. View the video, if nothing else, because there's a lot of people in the Bigfoot community that think that if you talk about this type of stuff, that you'll lose your platform, that people will stop watching your channel because they don't want to hear that. Folks, I have actually done interviews with people in the Bigfoot community. I'm not going to name drop and put it out there, but they've interviewed me and then decided not to put my video or my interview on their YouTube because of the only explanation that I can think of, even though they deny it, the only explanation I can think of is I'm too Christian for them, folks, and they think that's going to put their viewers off. So, hats off and God bless Carrie and Daniela for having enough guts to put somebody on here that will tell people the truth about the demonic experiences that people have when they seek this stuff out, folks. Again, if you have any questions about this, if you feel like you're experiencing demonic oppression in any way, folks, I've got a ministry. I've got a Facebook group set up to support that. I've got a ministry phone line. You could call me. I'll talk to you. I'll pray for you over the phone, folks. I'll do everything I can to get you the information you need to break these demonic attachments through Jesus Christ, folks. That's what I have the YouTube channel for. That's why I make myself available, folks. I believe that's what God has put me on this earth to do, at least part of it. So if you have any questions at all, if you feel like you're experiencing demonic oppression, folks, contact me, email me, message me on Facebook, give me a call. All my contact information is in the video description, folks. And until next time, folks, God bless y'all in Jesus' name.